Hi, so mates, you're welcome back again to Eleganza TV. If you're new here, you're welcome to the family. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the sewing tutorial of the bustier dress with side gathers that was last posted on my channel. In this video, you'll learn how to sew a bustier perfectly well, how to fix the gathers for the gown, and also how to fix the tiny strap and. So if you're here to see the cutting tutorial, I will drop the link in the description and also in the comment section. So you want to watch that so you'll be able to follow up with the sewing tutorial. So having done that, if you're here to subscribe to the channel, please do, and let's get right into it. So guys, before we get right into the sewing tutorial properly, for the making of this dress, I made use of about 5 to 6 yards of African print fabric. And you know Ankara print doesn't have a very long length, it stops at 45. So if you want to make something like this for yourself with the gathers very full, you need more than 6 yards, maybe to 7 yards for the fuller effect for the gathers. Or you can make use of a crepe fabric or any English material and you need at least 5 yards. So without further ado, let's get right into the sewing tutorial. So right now I've gone ahead to cut my pattern on my fabric. The center front is on fold, also with the lining. Then on the side part, I use half an inch on all the sides, then my sewing allowance of 2 inches to the side part. So I cut lining only on the bustier part, and then I also added my interfacing to the top as well. Then for the skirt part, I cut with my sewing allowance as well. And then also for the bottom of the skirt, I increased the length by 4 inches, which is also what I said I was going to do for the pattern in the drafting tutorial. So moving on to the back, I cut with half an inch seam allowance, except for the zipper allowance that already have 2 inches. And then for the side part, I added 2 inches as well. I cut also with my lining and I added ST to the upper part. Then for the down part, I did not add lining to it or ST. Then I cut with my zipper allowance for the skirt part as well. So guys, for this gathers part, after slashing and spreading the pattern, I numbered it to be able to arrange it properly. Then I folded my fabric into 4 and then I spread it in a flare kind of shape like this. So I'll be able to cut for the two sides. Then for the bottom, I extended the length with 4 inches. Then for the top, I added just half an inch to join. The side part is on fold, okay? You can also share it into two and join it depending on what you want. Then I notched the 2 points where I want the gathers to start from. You can see how it looks. So we are going to be starting with the bustier part. I have this wording here that I will use to pad the bust. So first of all, I took out my pattern and I'll use the pattern to cut the shape of the padded. For the center front, I just cut out the underbust line. And then for the side part, I measured what I have as my bust span, which is my nipple to nipple divided by 2. And then I place it on the side and add 1 inch to it. And then I curve that point to my underbust and also to the armhole like this. So I'll be cutting that curve shape. So after getting the pattern like this, I placed on my wording to cut with half an inch seam allowance on the bustier area. Then I cut out half an inch from the top of the wording like this. So this way it will not get to the top of the material and to be easy for me to turn the lining for the bustier. So after doing that, I will take it over to iron the bustier on top of the fabric. Then I first of all went ahead to notch the underbust. So having done that, we're going to move on to joining the bustier. So everything I'll be doing for the main fabric, I'll be doing as well for my lining. So I place the center front to the side part and then I pin the both underbust points. Then after doing that, I went ahead to align the both side of the bustier seam together. I'm just pinning it to be equal, following the curve. So you can do this on your sewing machine or you can just pin it first of all before you take it over to sew. So ensure that when you're pinning, it is equal on the top and also on the bottom. So guys, after pinning it, to make it easier, you can just draw a curved line to follow the curve shape when you're sewing. So I'll also do the same thing for the other side. So guys, after stitching the bustier for the main fabric and the lining, I will take it over to iron the seams open. From the underbust, I'll iron it flat. Then on the bustier area, which is the bust part, I'll use my breast ball So first of all, I'll be notching the seams just like you see me doing to be open. Then after doing that, I will open it up and iron it properly. So to iron well, first of all, you place your bustier under your bust arm and iron the seams on the inside. And after doing that, you turn it to the front and iron it again to make it relaxed. So I've gone ahead to iron the main fabric and the lining, and you can see how neat it looks on the inside. So next I'm going to trim out the top part that is not equal after joining the bustier. So you're going to trim it for the main fabric and also for the lining if there is any excess. So guys, for the tiny strap and I cut the length to be 12 inches long and then the wideness is 3 inches wide. Then I folded the two rough edges half inch inward and folded it again like a bias. So how did I get this 12 inches for the tiny hand? So remember that my off shoulder when cutting the pattern was 6 inches. Then I added half an inch on my fabric, so making it 5.5. So if you add 5.5 into 2, it's going to make it 11 inches. Then I added 1 inch for joining allowance, half an inch to the front, half an inch to the back. So that is how I got 12 inches. So after top stitching the folded part on the strap, I placed it on the front part of my bustier like this. Then I just use my pin to hold it down. Then I place the lining front side facing front side of the main fabric and I'm just going to pin the neckline, then take it over to my sewing machine and stitch with half an inch. So I'm done stitching the neckline and I sew along with my hemming gum so it will be easy for me to iron. Then I top stitch on the lining part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to turn the armhole and the side parts. So I'll go ahead to pin the armhole like this. Then when sewing the armhole, I'll be using my hemming gum. Then after doing that, I will stitch on the side parts. So guys, after sewing the side part and the armhole, this is what I'll be looking like. So I notch the armhole and also notch the sharp points. Then I turn it over to the front like this. Then after doing that, I'll take it over to iron properly. So guys, after ironing, this is what I have it looking like. So let's move on now to the back part. So for the back area, I'm going to take out the pattern and I've gone ahead to notch the dart point where the dart is going to be starting from. So I'm going to take out my lining and also separate my main fabric from it. Then I'll be showing you how to fix the darts. So from the dart, I just went ahead to use my straight ruler to just roll the line straight up. Then I'm going to take note of where the dart is going to stop. So after marking the point of where the dart is going to stop, I'm going to fold the line like this and start sewing with half an inch from the bottom to slant to where the dart is going to stop. So guys, after fixing the dart for the main fabric and also for the lining, next thing I'm going to do is to fix the tiny strap and to the back and also turn the neckline. So first of all, I arrange the strap and to be straight and relaxed so that after fixing it, it's not going to be twisting. So next thing I placed it on my back neckline like this and then use my pin to hold it down. I did the same thing for the other side. So guys, after doing it like this, I brought my lining for the back and I'm going to place it front side facing front side. So guys, I'll first of all sew the neckline with half an inch, then I will top stitch it just like I did for the front before going ahead to turn the side part and the armhole. So after turning the neckline like this, I measure the strap and to be exactly 11 inches. Then after doing that, I turn the lining again to the wrong side and I'm going to be stitching the zipper allowance, the armhole and also the side part. Then I'll turn it from the bottom. So guys, after I finish with the back part, I ironed it properly to make it neat. Then next thing I'm going to do is to join the side. So I pin the side of the front and the back to be equal like this, and then I'll be taking 1 inch sewing allowance out of it. Or you can just take your body measurement and stitch the remaining excess. So guys, after finishing up with the upper part, I'll keep it aside and let's work on the bottom. So for the bottom part, first of all, I've gone ahead to notch my dart points, then I'll take out my pattern. So I went ahead to mark the line for the dart I'll be fixing on my fabric for both the front and the back. So guys, after fixing the darts, then I ironed it properly to make it relaxed. Then I placed the front and the back together like so, and I'll be stitching the sides with the 1.5-inch sewing allowance I added. So after sewing the sides, this is what I have it looking like. Now we're going to be fixing the gathers. So guys, for this gathers part, I'm going to take out all my patterns and I'll show you how to fix it. So since this is into two, I'll be removing one part, then I'll show you how to fix on one side, then I'll do the other one off camera. So right here, I've gone ahead to fix on one side like this. You can see how it's looking. So guys, for the joining of this other side, I'm going to start sewing from the bottom. You're going to get one side and place it front side facing each other. Then you're going to start stitching from the bottom to the notch point. You can see the point that I notched on the top. Then after doing that, you place the other side to the other part and then stitch to the notch point as well. Then the remaining excess that you have there, you're going to pleat it on the open parts. So guys, after stitching the straight side, for the gathers part, the remaining excess, I'm going to pleat the remaining excess on the open part that I have left. So I'm just going to pleat it evenly to the end. So after plating, this is what it looks like. So I went ahead to iron it first of all to make it relax. Next, I'll be showing you how to join the half length to the skirt part. So you're going to get the midpoint of the skirt part and place the midpoint of the half length together like this. And then make sure that the side parts are lined together. So all the points should align together. The darts for the front and back, the side parts should align together. So guys, after pinning it like this, I will go ahead to stitch with 1/2 inch. So guys, the last step is to fix the zip for the back. So I don't have a zip right now. I'll do that later when I get a zip. So first of all, I measure the length of the zip, and then where the zip is going to stop, I went in by 1 inch, and I'm just going to sew 1 inch all the way through to the end of the gown. And then I'll fix my zip on the remaining space that I have on the top. Then after doing that, you're going to hem the bottom. You can fold it or weave it depending on what you want. So right now we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, please do well to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to. If you want to see more amazing sewing content on this channel, do well to hit on the notification bell so you'll be notified when any video drops. So guys, see you in the next one.